Alex Higley joining us right now from Holy Cross. We talk about the cross-country program this year and some success with Andrew Healey at the state meet, but overall some good success with the team this year. Coach, let's talk about the success over on the ladies' side this year for Holy Cross.
So the girls team, we finished with a 14-6 record in the league, so 14 wins, 6 losses. And we tied with Montrose and Elk Lake for the division title, for the single A division in the Lackawanna League. So they had a very successful year throughout the league meet season. And at the district meet, we won districts by 2 points. And there's 3 points separating first, second, and third. So we got first place. Elk Lake was 2 points behind us in second place, and Montrose was third place. So they worked hard all season, all summer, and throughout the fall. And we knew it was going to come down to those 3 teams leading up to the district race. Our girls knew that. And we knew that every point counted, because in cross country it's not about the team, it's not about one runner, it's about your 1 through 7, your entire team. So every girl in the district race knew that every point counted. They had to pass as many people as they could. And the 3.1 mile race, they ran hard all the way to the finish. And one of the big reasons we won was because we finished so well in the last mile. I think I was standing about half mile from the finish at one point when our girls came through. And from then to the finish, a lot of our girls passed girls from other teams to kind of put us ahead point-wise. So it came down to every single runner had to run their best for us to win. And they had a great meet, and we were really happy to win the district title. So
you kind of explained everything I was going to ask you, to say that separation, between 1, 2, and 3, and talk about that step up from the girls and saying, and probably the way you train them, finish strong, a point or two, a couple seconds here or there makes that difference.
Yeah.
And whether you have to kind of, do your homework on the course to know, hey, this is what the way the course is going to kind of work out, and these are the moves you're going to need to make.
Yeah. So as far as the course goes, a lot of the girls are familiar with the district course at Lakeland from being on the team last year and running it before, or previous year, because I think this is the 3rd year they've had it at Lakeland. And so we knew where the hills are, we knew the downhills were, where we could push, where we could kind of set back and wait for the finish. And we knew that there's a hill that you go up, and there's about 400 meters to the finish, a little over a quarter mile. And we knew that was a really important part of the race. And you can't stall on that hill. You have to run through it and crest it and go all the way to the finish. And that's sort of the way we train, is to have our speed at the district meet so that we can finish strong, so we can be passing people in the last mile rather than being passed, because that's huge, because every point counts. So we kind of gear training towards being ready for district meet and peaking at that race.
Talk about over on the guys' side, and a great season for one of your individual runners, but overall a lot of success as a team as well.
Yeah, we had a successful year as a team. In the Lackawanna League, we only had 5 losses, I want to say. Montrose boys took the league title and the district title. We finished 3rd as a team at the district meet. But our boys team is young and they work really hard. So it's not just Andrew Healey. They all kind of follow his lead and they work hard behind him. And a lot of them are coming back next year, most of them. So I think we're going to have a strong year next year too, because we're going to work hard in the off season during track, in the spring coming up, and during the summer. So they know they have to do to win. And seeing the girls win on this side this year, they know what they have to do to win next year. Every point counts. So everyone's going to be working hard for that 1 through 7 spot.
Let's talk about Andrew and his ability to separate himself from others and having such a phenomenal state meet and finishing right there. I mean, he's right there.
Yeah. So we ran the pre-state invitational, or it's called the PIAA Foundation Invite. It's back in September. It's at the state course in Hershey. And just a little background, they changed the course at that meet because of water and mud in certain spots, and they used the same course at the state meet. So there were some changes in the last mile that we were aware of because we ran. So Healey knew going in how the course was going to run. The guy that won the pre-state meet was also Jake Miller from Jenkintown. He won the state meet this past weekend too. So Healey knew going in who his competition was going to be up front. And sort of the race plan going in was the first mile is pretty flat, it goes out fast. You have a lot of uphills and downhills in the second mile. So kind of the plan is get out with that front pack and be in the mix, because the last thing you want to do is have him play catch up. So he was in the mix The boy from Jenkintown made a move in the 3rd mile, and Healey ran really strong all the way finish to get that runner-up spot. So
now for the winter, will there be much going on there at Holy Cross as far as training as you get ready for track and field in the spring? You guys do much with indoor?
Yeah, we do. So we do like off-season conditioning, and we have indoor program as a club technically. So we do meets at Baptist Bible or Clark Summit University has 3 indoor meets. So we've taken kids up there in the past years, and I have a big group that's going to be running there this winter, and a lot of kids from the cross-country team, because running is sort of like an all-year-round sport. It's not just you start in the August and end in October and pick it up again next year. You got to put in the work in the off season, and I think a lot of our boys and girls see that you got to put the work in if you want to have success in May for track when we peak, or in October for cross country. So,
Coach, great to catch up with you. Congratulations on a lot of success.
Thank you.
We'll catch up with Andrew as well.
All right, thank you so much.
Andrew Healey joining us from Holy Cross here on the John Mendola Show at our Carol and Janelle. And Andrew, what a state meet it was for you. Let's talk a little bit about that course and your ability to finish pretty darn strong.
Yeah, no, the course was definitely a factor that day. Super muddy, and as always, the course at Hershey is so difficult. So you just got to be prepared, and you got to stay strong through the whole thing. And I felt like I was able to do that pretty well.
Do you talk and start overthinking a little bit about the footwear for the course?
You try not to. You just gotta. What my team did is we all taped our shoes on, actually, so that was a huge help in not getting caught in the mud, because I know there were a bunch of kids who did lose their shoes. So thankfully we were able to avoid that.
Let's talk about the course itself. And was there much of a change between that meet early in September, or early in the season in September, and then when you were able to go to the state championship?
No, the course was the same, other than the fact that the course was way more beat up this time just because of all the rain we've had. But no, the course was the same since then.
Let's talk a little bit about your training methods and when you started, and did you feel like you were peaking at the right time?
Yeah, no, I started training for cross country back in the beginning of June, and me and my coach we've been working really hard since then, just staying consistent and just working hard all the way. And I did feel like I was in the best shape of my life this last weekend. I think it really helped me on Saturday.
Let's talk about some of the little things that lead up to it. Getting a good night's rest, appropriate amount of water, nutrition. Talk about all those factors as well.
Yeah, no, especially when you get into the end of the season, the big races, you really got to make sure you're sleeping, allow your body to recover. And those last couple of days, you really got to be pounding the water, make sure you're hydrated, and make sure you're ready to go.
How about the mental component? Talk a little bit about, not overthinking things and making sure you're as confident as you could be as well.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to go in confident, but you also have to be mentally tough. It's hard to push your body that hard for 3 miles, so you got to make sure you're focused and you're ready to give everything you can out there. So you definitely have to be mentally strong.
You're a busy guy in school. Talk about some of the other things you do in school other than athletics.
Yeah, I'm a member of a bunch of clubs: National Honor Society, History Club, Foreign Language Club, and even those things keep me busy, and they are a lot of fun to be a part of something.
Let's talk about the siblings you have and what they're up to.
Megan, she's my sister. She's 19. She is a political science major at Boston College, so she's the brains of the family, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And my brother Luke is 13, and he is a swimmer, and that's really what he's into. So
pretty neat.
Yeah, he's having fun with that.
History and Latin, a couple subjects you enjoy?
Yeah, no. I definitely love those subjects a lot because the teachers I have at Holy Cross are just great. I really love those people, and they've made me love school and love learning about things. So.
Well, let's talk about the grade point average. Over a 4.0, 4.16 or so. You're so dedicated there in the classroom. What do you see yourself doing in the years to come? Again, it's just your junior year, so you have a little time to think about it.
Yeah, I would love to run in college. I don't have any specifics on where or what yet, and I don't know what I want to study either, so I got to start thinking about it, but I do luckily have a little bit of time still.
Let's talk about the role models in your life.
Oh yeah, first of all, my parents, they help me so much. They're anything I ever need, they're able to help me out with, and they're always on me to do the right thing and make sure I'm being the best person I can be. And then other than them, it's just some other people, some athletes like Kobe Bryant, Michael Phelps, people who've worked so hard to get to the top of their sports, and that's kind of something I've always wanted to emulate. If you put the work in, you can accomplish anything.
How hungry are you right now for the next race, and where is the next race?
The next race is this Saturday. I have a race at Temple, and then in 3 weeks I have regionals, and I'm really excited to get back on the course. I know last week was a big race, but I'm hoping for bigger and better things to come.
You do so well at the state meet like you do. Tell us what your Sunday and Monday look like. Do you kind of go for a walk? Do you take a light jog? Do you do nothing?
Sunday, Monday, I ran a little bit. I tried to keep it really easy because my legs were pretty sore after Saturday. So you just got to keep it easy, give your body time to recover, and just make sure you're right for the next week of training.
All right, Andrew. Well, it looks like you've listened to your body pretty well. Your mind's pretty sharp, and obviously a fantastic job. Congratulations.
Thank you.